Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comic 5 Minutes. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty, and today we're going to be talking about morality plays in horror, specifically because I'm reviewing Pentagram of Horror, new one from Scout Comics, although most people are going to see the Black Caravan thing and go for that one. It's been a while since I've grabbed the Scout comic books, which has really impressed me, but I'm not going to lie about this one. I'm going to totally go straight out and say this one was good enough that it's on my pull list. I have to wait a while because Scout Comics has a really cool idea where they give comic book stores a chance to get number one in, see if people want, and then they solicit number two. Now, don't get me wrong, there's FSC guidelines and stuff you can actually add it on after the fact, so you can try and keep up with it. But the easiest way for comic book stores is people come in, buy number one, they say, that's amazing, I want number two, and then they get the rest of it. Bear with me 1 second, I just realised that is slightly at an angle. Let's try that. That's slightly better. Right, anyway. So this one, it is morality play as horror. Now, people who don't really know much about this kind of thing, probably the best examples of kind of the portmanteau stuff I also really like, Creepshow, that kind of thing. The basic idea is there is somebody who, not particularly nice guy, maybe an out-and-out villain, maybe just somebody who is being led down a different path, maybe somebody you're supposed to think is a good guy, but they have a dark secret you don't find out about, as a particularly good version of that in the movie Ghost Stories. But then something that they are using or something they have access to that they think is a good thing or think is going to help them, turns out doesn't, and is actually there to punish them for their evilness or their transgressions or however you want to put it, and you learn a lesson result of it. This happens all the time in horror. Go and read AWA's Hotel. It's absolutely brilliant. It's the same kind of thing. And the Conjuring, recent one, Conjuring the Lover, they did that, but as the backstories to it, which were, in my mind, better than the actual ongoing story they were telling in the main book. Probably because I just like this as an idea. Even Freddy Krueger kind of did this in the TV series Freddy's Nightmares, which recently I've seen people talking about on YouTube. It's fantastic to know I'm not the only person who's seen that. This, as Pentagram of Horror, is an anthology. Now, this can be a bit awkward because sometimes anthologies just mean you get a whole bunch of different people doing a lot of different things, and it's kind of hard to judge them based on an overall piece of art. But this one appears to be, it's all just one person. It is Marco Fontanelli, should I say? And I've gone and followed him on Instagram because I absolutely love the artwork in this. And I will get to the artwork in a second because there's a lot to talk about it. But the story itself actually has a lot of fun playing on the idea of selling your soul to get what you want. It isn't just sell your soul, get what you want, live with the consequences. It's sell your soul for something you don't actually want, and that's even worse. And I'm not like spoiling anything. I'm not like making out like this. I'm giving all the story away. This actually just how it all plays out, and it's done brilliantly. It's so well handled. You genuinely get a sense of repercussions for actions, which is great. I think all narrative fiction should have something like that, and it's even nice in sequential art to see it play out. Pretty much not like, I'm not saying as I expected. There was some surprises. The way it was delivered was great, but to see it like cut to that absolute quick of a story format was fantastic. Now we're going to talk about the artwork. And we're going to talk about it in a way that means I'm not going to be able to show you quite a lot of it. I'm trying to find a particular page here. Simply because I didn't put any content warnings up for this one. Basically, I thought any content warnings couldn't actually be a little bit spoilerific, and I didn't want people to not want to watch it because I'm going to give away what's happening. I'm going to show you a double-page spread. There's a double-page spread after this, which I can't show you because it is unforgivably brutal. But that is spectacular. It is also indicative of an awful lot of what happens with the artwork throughout, which is limited color palettes. There's, in fact, black, red, and blue with the off-white that I associate with Underground Comics, and that's it. A lot of the other stuff they do is splatter, paint splatters for shading, and some of the actual intricate shading is just phenomenal. It does not play on too much of a photorealistic thing at all. It is very caricatured, but the level of detail you get is great. I mean, just look at that guy. Like, there's so much going on there. If you look at the fine detailing on the hands and the clothes, even little bits of chest hair, the bones you see, the way the clothes are hanging off him, everything about the artwork is spectacular. But it is also brutally unforgiving. It is gory to a point which I think could offend people, but there's a very good reason why they have whacked that rating on there to make sure that people know what they're getting into. And I think that is an absolute fair thing to do in this instance, and it's accurate. It embraces the horrific, gory brutality of every kind of terrible and terribly great horror movie that I really, really like. and it does it in a way that I actually really like in terms of art style. Like I say, it's cartoony, a little more cartoony, caricature. It is not going for realism, but then when the brutality hits, it is, if anything, slightly more unforgiving. Honestly, fantastic comic book. I cannot wait to see what happens with the rest of it. There's only 4 more issues. It's a 5-issue miniseries, and I'm hoping it's going to maintain something like this throughout. It looks like the art style certainly will be. It's the same guy doing all, from what I can gather. I really hope we get stories that are worth telling and are absolutely just as good as this one and look just as good too. That's it for me today. I'll be back tomorrow, though. Until then, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.